In the common day and age, there's no shortage when it comes to the superhero genre. In fact, many people would argue that the current day and age, we just get too much. But there's no denying the huge impact that the superhero genre has had. The superhero world is home to so many great stories told over so many years. Stories of triumph, stories of inspiration, stories of tragedy. But for me, when it comes to the superhero genre, few things stand out quite like Netflix's Daredevil. Saying that Daredevil is great is an understatement. Daredevil is more than a show. Daredevil is everything that a superhero story should be and more. It's a story about loss, a story about justice, a story about redemption, salvation, and deliverance. This show is my favorite piece of superhero content put to screen. This show made Daredevil my single favorite comic book hero. This show made me love the side characters surrounding Daredevil. This show reaffirms my love for the entire superhero genre. But most importantly, this show made me love the man under the mask. This show made me love Matt Murdock.
I've been preoccupied of late with questions of morality, of right and wrong, good and evil.
When I think about Matt Murdock and what makes him so great, I can't help but think of dozens of scenes to explain why I love him. How would I get someone to fall in love with this character the same way I have? I would of course tell them to watch the whole show. From the start, the first episode alone is enough to draw anyone in.
I'm not seeking penance for what I've done, Father. I'm asking forgiveness for what I'm about to do.
So many scenes show why I love this character, but what if I could only pick one? One scene to perfectly summarize this character, this show, and why I love it. What scene would it be? Would it be the iconic hallway one-take scene in episode 2, The Cut Man? Any scene between Matt and his father? Or any scene between Matt and Foggy? Is it the fight at the end of season 1 with Kingpin in the alleyway?
This is my city. My family.
Or the stairwell scene in season 2? Or that great scene between Matt and Karen in the rain? Or the first meeting between Bullseye and Matt? Matt's one-take prison escape? As you can see, there are so many 10 out of 10 scenes in this show. Picking one would be impossible, but that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. One scene to perfectly summarize this character, his morality, and why I love him. So yeah, come on. It's got to be the iconic finale meeting between Matt and Kingpin, right? When Matt has been debating killing Kingpin all season long and finally has him dead to rights, hands on his neck with the choice, the chance to rid himself of his terrible burden that is Wilson Fisk. Or to resist the urge and do the moral thing, letting Wilson Fisk live and sending him back to the justice system that has already failed once. He does the heroic thing, and he does the hard thing. He lets Wilson Fisk live, culminating in the iconic,
You don't get to destroy who I am. You will go back to prison, and you will live the rest of your miserable life in a cage, knowing you'll never have Vanessa. That this city rejected you. It beat you. I beat you.
While this scene is the perfect ending for Matt's arc and that triumphant end we all want to see, and what I believe to be the best scene of this show, this is not the scene that I would show someone to explain why I love Matt Murdock. No. The scene in question, the scene that I believe to be the greatest display of Matt's character and perfect balance of his faith, superhero life, and morals, the one scene I would show someone to summarize why I love this character is the rooftop scene between Daredevil and the Punisher in season 2, episode 3. Yes, this scene is strictly dialogue, but it perfectly summarizes everything I love about Matt Murdock, Daredevil, and this show. We know, do not kill. This is a note that is played to death when it comes to characters like Batman, but for me, it hits on a completely new level when it comes to Daredevil. In this scene, we get two men who both want to make their city a better place, and both have drastically different ways of doing it. This scene is perfect. The two actors in Charlie Cox and John Bernthal embody these roles as good as any actors can. The relationship between Daredevil and the Punisher is already a perfectly balanced and contradicting relationship. And when you have two fantastic actors going head to head, all you can do is sit back and enjoy the ride.
Hey, what do you do? What do you do? You act like it's a playground. You beat up the bullies with your fists, you throw them in jail, everybody calls you a hero, right? And then a month, a week, a day later, they're back on the streets doing the same thing.
So you just put him in the morgue. Doubt yourself, Frank?
Not even for a second.
Really? Really? You never think for 1 second, I just killed a human being.
It's being pretty generous.
A human being who did a lot of stupid, maybe even evil, but had one small piece of goodness in him. Maybe just a scrap, Frank, but something. And then you come along and that one tiny flicker of light gets snuffed out forever.
The passion and fire each side displays feel so real, so genuine, and so heartfelt that at no point in this argument do I stop and think that these are two actors reciting lines. You only see the characters and their viewpoints. And just like any great argument, you can see both sides. You understand why the Punisher kills these people, and you understand why Matt thinks they should get another chance. Both Daredevil and the Punisher firmly believe that they are right and the other is wrong. The argument is perfectly balanced.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
From the start of the scene, when the Punisher puts the gun to Daredevil's head and Matt leans into it and pushes it away with his head, the confidence and courage that Matt Murdock displays, all while being chained to a rooftop, further establishes why Daredevil deserves the title, the Man Without Fear. So what's so special about this scene? What elevates this scene for me and makes it the perfect scene of this show? Well, when we get into the later half of the argument, you have Daredevil mention hope.
What about hope?
The Punisher blows it off, and Matt doubles down on his beliefs of redemption.
I live in the real world too, and I've seen it.
What have you seen?
Redemption, Frank. It's real. And it's possible. The people you murdered deserve another chance.
To kill again, rape again, is that what
No,
you
Frank,
want?
to try again, Frank. To try.
Matt's core belief is that there is still a flicker of good inside everyone that Frank has put down. Matt doesn't let a few bad choices determine how someone should be judged for the rest of their life. Matt believes in redemption, which all culminates in why our lawyer by day, vigilante by night doesn't kill. Redemption is why we should choose to fight. Redemption is why we can press on. In our real lives, we've all done things that we are ashamed of and we wish we could erase. Just because we once were a certain way doesn't mean we will always be that way. People can change, evolve, become better versions of themselves. Matt Murdock believes this. Matt Murdock believes in redemption. To me, this core belief of redemption not only summarizes who Daredevil is, but also what I believe a true hero to be. A hero is someone who believes that someone can change and become better. This is why I love this show. This is why I love this character. And this is why if I could only show someone one scene to perfectly summarize this character, it would be this scene. Yes, guys, thank you for sticking around. Obviously, if you've made it this far in the video, you enjoyed this in some capacity, so please like and subscribe to Multiverse Monologues. We got a lot going on here, and we're doing a Marvel movie marathon over on our podcast. So make sure to check us out on there on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you find your podcast. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see ya in another multiverse.